Protests are also taking place on the streets of Thailand, where a simmering 3-month-long political crisis in that country has turned deadly. The clashes erupted on the same day charges were filed against the country's Prime Minister, Yingluck Shinawatra. Now, Simon Mawson joins us now live from Bangkok. So, Simon, what is the latest there? And this deadly violence just seemed to come out of nowhere.
Yes, Patricia. Yesterday, police, who have so far been avoiding any kind of direct confrontation with protesters, went to one of the major protest sites. An advance unit had gone forwards. Our team was right behind that front line of police, and then this happened. Incredible scenes here, Patricia, right up close to that front line of police officers attacked by a grenade. Let me talk you through exactly what happened. As they went through, and our cameraman is right behind them, they talked to protesters, asked them to clear out, but they were met with gunfire coming out from amongst the protesters, amongst those crowds. When they crouched down with their riot shields in front of them, a grenade was then lobbed right at the police. It exploded. At least one police officer has been killed. A number of police officers from that group, around about 20 of them in that advance unit, then started firing back. We believe they were using live ammunition. We believe some of the people amongst the protesters who were firing back at police also had live ammunition. And as this street protest turned into a street battle, 4 people were killed, 1 a police officer, 2 have now been confirmed as protesters by the National Security Chief. He's just spoken to CNN to confirm that. We don't know who the 4th person was, but that was a civilian. Now, this clearly, if you take a look at the footage, it's taken everyone by surprise. If I can describe to our viewers exactly who's amongst these protesters, it's a very large mixed group of people from a cross-section of society. So just at this time, when the police advance unit had gone forwards, our team saw monks chanting, praying for peace, because there are a group of monks amongst this anti-government protester group. There were elderly people, there were families there, and of course, clearly, armed groups amongst these protesters there, not willing to move, not willing to go, taking a stand with violence. Patricia?
So, Simon, these protests have been going on for 3 months, and you've been there before covering these protests. You spoke with the opposition leaders. What have you seen in terms of changes in momentum and mood?
We seem to see, and we have seen over the last few months, and in fact the last few years with Thailand, that it's peaks and troughs here. You see that this escalates, it gets to a boiling point, then it suddenly simmers down. Clearly the protesters are trying to get to some kind of climatic change that will force Prime Minister Yingluck Shinawatra to step down. Just a reminder to all our viewers about what the situation is here. The anti-government protesters, they want Prime Minister Yingluck Shinawatra to step down. They believe the Shinawatra family name, of course, her brother previously, Thaksin Shinawatra, was Prime Minister, ousted in a coup in 2006. They want to see them go from Thai politics, and they are not willing to move away until they see her step down. She is refusing to go. She tried to call protesters bluff by saying, OK, I'll call an election. I was voted in, you vote me out. Of course, a lot of people didn't take part in that election, and protesters, when I was here last time, had caused considerable disruption, which means there's going to be by-elections for months to come. And we also understand there have been some kind of back-channel negotiations, but after the violence we've seen yesterday, that's Tuesday here in Bangkok, we're really not sure what the situation will be. Today, Wednesday, the protest leader Suthep Thaugsuban, who took to the protest stage last night, said that they are now going to go to other government ministries and encamp themselves there and try and track down the Prime Minister to force her to step down. He's saying they're going to take her into custody. We've heard them saying that before. He hasn't managed to do that so far. So the protesters are trying to see this come to a head, but she's refusing to go. Patricia?